I'm going to assume that most people have seen something about this story already. This came out 2 days ago, where the GOP chair of the state of Arizona, Jeff DeWitt, was recorded basically bribing Kari Lake to not continue her political aspirations. Now, the news that just came out today is that he's now resigned after this, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But first, I just want to show you a couple of clips. If you haven't seen the audio recording in full, it's about 10 minutes long. I'm just going to show you some of the important clips here that kind of describe what's going on and why this is so wrong.
So what's going on? I'm assuming this is our friend.
This is back east. There are very powerful people that want to keep you out.
Oh no, they do.
But they're willing to put their money where their mouth is in a big way. So, this conversation never happened.
This is crazy though. They should want me. I'm a great candidate. People love me. These people are corrupt.
Well, maybe you're right.
They are right. They are corrupt.
Maybe. This never happened. Don't go. Do me a favor though. I don't get myself in trouble.
So what's going on? Who is it? What?
Forget the who. Let me just tell you the what. Let's just say there are people calling around saying, gosh, no, they can't repeat this. Never repeat this. If you say no, don't. Because say, I got offered to buy out. Don't use it. Because then we lose our ability to get things done in the future.
It's about control.
I don't know if it's about control. It's about being on the team. I guess that's, you know what I mean?
They want to be on the team.
They want you to be on their team.
But
Just team. You know?
But if they're pushing a globalist agenda, I can't do that. So what do they want? What do they want me to do?
You want to stay out for 2 years. But, I'll tell you what I can offer you. But, I said you can do whatever she wants. Talking head, this and that.
So 2 main takeaways here is that, first of all, he seems very concerned about keeping this information quiet and not letting it get out because he fears what might happen to him if this information is to go public, which, when we'll look at his statement later, it'll be a little bit unclear if he's so honest and this is just a conversation between friends. Why is he so concerned that he says multiple times, don't tell anybody about this, don't tell anybody? The other concern here is that he doesn't actually say who he's speaking on behalf of, right? We can assume that it's Republican leadership from Washington, D.C., but we want to know exactly who he's talking about and who pushed him to make these bribes to Kari Lake. So after all of this came out yesterday or 2 days ago, he has now resigned from his position as the chair of GOP. We'll take a look here at his statement. There's some important stuff here. He starts, in the light of the recent revelation that Kari Lake has released a selectively edited audio recording of our private conversation, I must clearly address this deceptive tactic. So just right off the bat there, if you listen to the whole thing, now I've just showed you clips. If you listen to the whole 10-minute long thing, there's maybe 1 or 2 cuts in there, but it doesn't change at all the conversation. You get the full context of the conversation pretty well. He says it was taken out of context. I do not think so at all. It was really not selectively edited. It was secretly, and you could argue it was deceptive, but it's not out of context at all. He then talks about, how great he did as his role as chairman in revitalizing the Republican Party financially, politically, whatever he thought. He says that he was employing Kari Lake in his company during this time when this conversation was had. But all of this really doesn't matter because what happened is very clear once you listen to the audio. He is offering her an out. He's offering her a buyout. What kind of money, what kind of position do you want that will stop you from running for your political aspirations for the next 2 years? Because whatever the agenda is, they don't want her to be running in the next 2 years. He says down here, since our conversation where I advised Lake to postpone her campaign and aim for the governor's position in 2 years, she's been on a mission to destroy me. It was a suggestion made in good faith, believing it could benefit both her future prospects and the party's overall strategy. I, again, don't think so, because if this is a good faith conversation, why do you say 2-3 times, don't tell anybody, make sure you don't say anything about this because he fears what might happen to him. This actually shows here the reason why he was pushed to resign is because this morning I was determined to fight for my position. However, a few hours ago, I received an ultimatum from Lake's team: resign today or face the release of a new, more damaging recording. I am truly unsure of its contents, but considering our numerous past open conversations as friends, I've decided not to take the risk. That's all you need to hear right there. That's the incrimination right there. If it's just a conversation between friends and there's nothing sketchy to hide, nothing going on, then you should have no concern whatsoever for these being released. I know right now that if any of my friends recorded a conversation to me and threatened to leak it to the world, I would have no problem because I don't regret anything that I've said. I haven't done anything that I would be ashamed of people finding out. So that's really all you need to know right there, is that he was scared enough on whatever potential other recordings she could have that are apparently much worse than this, that would then pretty much destroy his career even more. And then he continues the rest of his statement here, just talking about how he's a Trump supporter and that he's on our side. But again, he's just as corrupt as the rest of them if he was going along with this. So I'm happy that he's resigned, but the important thing here is that we really want to know who he was working with back east, as he says, that is pressuring him to do this, right? Which members of Congress, senators, whoever in the Republican organization, who is the one that are pushing for Kari Lake to not run for governor? If you watched the video up to this point, I appreciate it. Please consider giving a like and subscribe, and I will continue covering stories like this. I'm pretty much interested in news, politics, entertainment, religion. So any of that stuff that I find interesting or necessary or relevant, I will cover on this channel, and I appreciate everything. And again, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.